Our next senior speech will come from Patrick Cedia.
You bet.
This is his own personal which I play.
Oh yes. You bet.
Okay, Patrick has been a member of the Sharks for 9 years. Before I go into statistics, one thing I always have with Patrick is that I didn't have with any other swimmers was to talk NASCAR. Come into Monday morning practice and we could always talk about the race on Monday morning. He cheered for Dale Earnhardt Jr. I never held that against him personally, but we always had NASCAR, and bet I'm going to miss that next year. I wanted to let you know that. He will be attending University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill in the fall on a scholarship. He is a 4-time high school state champion, defending champion the last 2 years in the 200 and 500 yard freestyle. He's a Sarasota Herald Tribune High School Swimmer of the Year 2008-2009. YMCA National Champion 500-yard freestyle. YMCA National Champion 800-yard freestyle relay 2008-2009. 10-time high school All-American 50, 100, 200, and 500 free. USA Swimming High School Scholastic All-American. And the 2009 Florida Dairy Farmers High School Swimmer of the Year. I introduce you Patrick Cedia.
Is it me or is it hot in here? Well, everyone, I'm Pat. I've been with the Sharks since I was 9 years old. Or 8, I don't really remember. I like to say 10 years because 10 years sounds better than 9. My stay in the Sharks has yielded special friends, special coaches, and lots of special memories. I'd like to share a few of those with you now. I'd like to start by mentioning a few things about some very special teammates that I've been lucky enough to train with. My first training partner was my old friend, Rocky Raybon. I remember how hard Rocky and I would battle each other in the water. Coach Brown would declare the winner of the set, or the day, or the week, and would dub one of us Q-Dog. And that's what we did. It was during this time spent training with Rocky that we taught each other how to work together to get better. And we fully embraced our friendship and working relationship in the pool. Thanks for always pushing me, Rocky. You have been such an important part of my development as an athlete and teammate. I'll be rooting for you at ACCs next year. My next training partner was my dear friend Austin Detra. Austin was one of my heroes. He was just a bit older, but he could swim against the elder guys and beat them most of the time. So when Austin and I trained together, it was really special. It was really challenging for me when Austin and I would race, and I would always feel proud to stand beside him on the podium when he won his gold medals. Next was my friend John Orban. He was one of the best milers I've ever swam against. He and I have trained together since Coach Brown's original Junior 1 group, and during our high school seasons in Class 1A, we were the private school duo, as Coach Shope called us. And Coach Shope always thought we were plotting against our public school teammates. But this is only because me and John just wanted to get better, although Coach Shope, he kind of ripped us apart for it. But what I cherish most about having John as one of my closest friends and most intense training partners was that neither of us cared who won, as long as it was one of us. Thanks, John. I miss you now that you're at the University of Florida, but I know we'll continue to stay close. You've been a great teammate and an even better friend for a long time. My new training partner is Nick Caldwell. What can I say about Nick? Everyone will tell you how nice he is, and I agree. But I'll also tell you that Nick is a killer in the pool. He is truly a present-day Spartan. He will never let up until he has taken every drop of life out of you in practice, and every race against him is won to the death. I've been fortunate to not only have him as a training partner, but also as a special friend, and I know he'll continue to be an excellent leader for this team. Yusuf, Mufu, Nick, Justin, my boy Matt Torres, AJ, Bootstrap. Remember all the times we spent playing Risk and Call of Duty? It's actually probably kind of unhealthy how much Call of Duty we've played. Just a reminder, never take Australia from me, and don't think you can ever beat AJ and I when we're on a team in Call of Duty. Now to my best friend, Fernando Gutierrez. You've been with me ever since the first day I stepped into St. Martha's School 10 years ago. For all these years, we've stuck by each other through so many important parts of our lives. I remember when we were young, we'd always play Star Wars and Lord of the Rings at recess, and everyone thought we were really weird. But we didn't care, because we had so much fun. We shared our greatest moments in swimming both here with the Sharks and for Cardinal Mooney High School. I want you to know that I've never had a better friend or known a more caring, honest, and amazing person as you. Thanks for everything, my brother. I love you, and I know you'll do great at Ringling next year. Now to my coaches, who have done more for me than I will ever be able to thank them for. It was under Coach Watts' direction that I truly fell in love with this sport. He taught me how to channel my energy into an undivided focus and then to build on that through hard work. Coach Watts has been this team's rock-solid leader, and I learned a long time ago that there isn't anything he won't do for a swimmer. Thank you, Coach Watts, for your integrity, focus, passion, and the love you poured into this team. The late and great Coach Larry Shope was also a huge part of my swimming career. What he did for me and the team as a whole cannot be described in the time I have. Needless to say, he was a powerful presence which commanded the respect and loyalty of all swimmers and fellow coaches. Coach Shope made us feel invincible, and that attitude lives on in our team to this day. I've also learned a great deal about humility from my high school coach, Al Smithers. When you're a world champion and have trained with the likes of Mark Spitz and Gary Hall, it says so much about you and what you believe in that you enjoy coaching teenagers at the high school level. You've been a model of morality, faith, and love, and I feel truly blessed to have you and your family be a part of my life. I may have been a Shark first, but I am proud to be a Cougar. Thank you, Coach Smithers. Coach Mark and I have enjoyed some good laughs and great times. I remember it was 2 years ago, my sophomore year, we were at Highlander in Orlando. And how many of you know who Miley Cyrus is? Yeah, most people, I think. I have to admit, I had an obsession with Miley Cyrus my sophomore year. And I remember everyone would make fun of me for it. But when we were at Highlander, Coach Mark came up to me, because we were going to WonderWorks that night after the meet, or before the meet, the day before the meet, I think it was. And Coach Mark said to me, he said, "Pat, everyone, all the locals here are saying Miley Cyrus is going to make an appearance for autographs at WonderWorks tonight." And I was like, "Are you serious, Coach Mark?" He was like, "Yeah." And I was jumping up and down with joy. And then when we were getting on the bus to go to WonderWorks that night, he came up to me with a dejected look on his face. He said, took me by the shoulder, he said, "Pat, sorry, Miley had a prior engagement at Disney World concert." And I was like, "Oh, man." And he said to me, he said, "I'm willing to take you there if you really want to that bad. I do that for you." And I was like, "Would you really, Coach Mark?" He was like, "Yeah, I would." I gave him a big hug, and I said, "No, it's okay." So only later did I learn that he was lying to me the whole time. I'm sure that so many of you have heard about how Coach Mark is great to talk to when you need it and can always get a laugh out of someone who's feeling down. I've always loved Coach Mark, but the first time I realized what a remarkable coach he is was a couple summers ago at Southern Zone Meet in Houston when he led the Florida team to its first championship in several years. Coach Mark, I want you to know I love you not only as my friend, but as my coach. Thank you. Now, Coach Brown has always been my mentor. He's the one most responsible for who I am as a swimmer today. He has taught me, encouraged me, supported me, and understood me. He's given me a kick in the butt when I've needed it, and has always been patient with me during my numerous setbacks. It was in 8th grade, I was at a Cardinal Mooney football game, and I was sitting on a railing, and I decided to get off backwards. And I fell and broke my arm. In sophomore year, I got mono and then pneumonia, and this year I dislocated my kneecap and then got chickenpox. But Coach Brown, you've been behind me every step of the way. Sure, you may have agreed that I might have been pretty foolish some of those times, but you've always supported me. You've always shown your love for me, Coach Brown, and I love you for it. Thank you. But most importantly, you opened my eyes to the greatest rock band in history, Led Zeppelin. And I'll always remember that. Mom and Dad, how can I even begin to thank you for everything you've done for me? I know I don't have to, and that's the best part. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. To all my coaches and teammates, this has been a wonderful time with you, and I'm thankful for the time I've spent here. To the younger Sharks, please respect your coaches and love your parents who make all this possible. Thank you, and God bless.
You bet.